You are logged on and listening to the Computer Corner Show, brought to you by Computer Corner, your local resource for computer hardware, software, services, and training since 1983. Computer Corner is high-tech with a human touch. This is Phil Shortell, your host and the lead instructor at Computer Corner, and with me here today, as is the norm, are both the owners of Computer Corner, Carol and Joe Petronovich, and good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hey, if your cash is trash, your cell's not well, or your crop was a flop, we hope that the Computer Corner Show has provided you with a lot of helpful ideas and solutions. If you like our show, please support Computer Corner by thinking of us for all your computer needs. Computer Corner is located at 3101 Manal Northeast, about 2 blocks west of Carlisle. We are open today until 5 p.m. and open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. to serve you.
So more often than not these days, our computer topics are warning about what's going on in the computer world. So we're going to start with that again.
Yep. If you exercise great caution in everything you download and click on, you'll do yourself and everyone you communicate with on your computer a great favor.
You may or may not have heard about the Facebook hacks over the last year or so, where people pose as your friend, ask you to friend them again in Facebook, which is the first clue that something's wrong. Mm-hmm. Then they start chatting with you about how they got free money from somewhere, like the government, a rebate program or some such thing. And they encourage you to go to a website and enter your personal data to reap all these benefits, of course.
Yeah, and of course these messages, and I am telling you the truth, I got one of them, I think it was about 8 days ago, supposedly from a friend. And had the right picture and everything. And then they're trying to get me into this thing where I got this money and you can get it too. But anyway, they're scams. And the websites they send you to is designed to misappropriate your data, all the while looking like a legitimate website for investing or rebates and such things. And when you enter any of your personal data, you're at risk of a breach of security of your banking and personal private data.
Absolutely. Facebook is not always about your friends, obviously. No. If someone reaches out to you on Facebook with anything related to financial information or money, be cautious, at least intellectually paranoid.
Yeah, at least. Anyway, okay, then more things to be aware of. Our staff has overheard and talked to numerous customers who have gotten technical help in their home or office from people advertising on Craigslist or on the neighborhood apps that are so prevalent these days.
Yep. People advertising their services, they offer tech help very frequently at these incredible low rates. I think one was $25 per instant, no matter how long it took, and another was $20 per hour. Every one of these folks that took these people up on their discounted services were taken advantage of. Their computer was in worse shape after the service than before, which is why, thankfully for them, they ended up at Computer Corner.
Be aware that anyone can market themselves on Craigslist, or for that matter, anywhere on the internet without much or even any experience, or more importantly, a warranty on their work. You don't know who they are. They could even have a criminal record for fraud. You just don't know.
So at Computer Corner, we try very hard to have the very best technicians around. We always try to hire people with the highest integrity and best customer service possible.
Yeah, those folks that hired $20 technicians on Craigslist lost that money completely and ended up paying more to fix the or underqualified technicians' work as a result.
So just be careful.
Talk about Kaspersky antivirus software, yes, again.
So this is the antivirus software of choice at Computer Corner because we feel that it does a very good job and also doesn't bog your computer down while you're booting up or while you're scanning your system.
Kaspersky, both the company and the founder, Eugene Kaspersky, seem to have gotten a really bad reputation by merely the fact that Eugene Kaspersky was born and founded his company in Russia.
The fake media, once again, stuck out with bogus stories about Kaspersky hacking into computers and exposing government secrets. Computer Corner's largest customer is Los Alamos Laboratory. There are absolutely no computers up there with critical national security information even attached to a network, let alone the internet.
Yeah, some of the stories said that Kaspersky Antivirus allowed a DOE staff member personal home computer to be hacked, which compromised our national security. That could not, would not, and did not happen at all.
Absolutely not. Anyway, Eugene Kaspersky has relocated his company to the UK. And in part, this is to distance himself from Russia and the Russian rumors, of course. He's even offered up the source code of his software to responsible individuals within various governments to prove that his software is not malicious. Kaspersky is still sold in stores, and there should be no issues with the software and its alleged connections to Russia. There are many wonderful software packages written by people outside the United States and in many countries that are embroiled in controversies.
Okay, my computer friends, our last topic is about Microsoft updates and support.
Ugh.
Yeah. For Windows 7, they are still hitting on the traditional Patch Tuesday, which truly is accompanied by what Computer Corner and others have dubbed for many people Crash Wednesday.
Yep.
I was one of them recently again. Yeah, we often talk about how the support for Windows 7 will be ending in the year 2020. And by support, we mean updates, really, because if you really truly need Microsoft to support a problem you're having, it might cost you $500 per event.
It's not might. It does cost you $500 per event. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a home user or a business and you really need Microsoft to help you. It really doesn't matter if it even only takes them 5 minutes. It's $500.
Richard, we are anxious to see what you have to say to us.
Yes, I was wondering, can you tell me the best anti-adware there is out there as far as, I have Norton antivirus, but I keep getting a lot of ads, that pop up. So what is the best, service that
basically I would
control that?
I would think of Ad Blocker Plus as the most successful one out there. Nothing is perfect, unfortunately, but look for Ad Blocker Plus.
And does that work on both Chrome, Firefox, as well as?
It's supposed to be built into Chrome, isn't it? If I remember that correctly. But it should work on any of them. So just Google it, Ad Blocker Plus. And I think
appreciate it.
There was an ad in the Albuquerque Journal this morning talked about Microsoft and their cookies and what they're doing about it and how you can't stop a lot of these ads. You can kind of push them back a little bit, but most of that stuff is still going to get through. Some is better than nothing.
Michael, we are at your disposal.
And good morning to all of you.
Good morning to you.
I have an interesting problem.
Okay.
I recently changed the modem by Comcast because I changed the service to their Xfinity X1 TV and internet. And the change in the modem, my printers came back saying that they are not compatible with the modem. So after attempting many things and conversations with Comcast, they said, come down, change out the modem. So I did that, and I went back to the old style modem. Well, here's the problem. I can't print wirelessly now. Is there some place that we should be not looking for in?
Did you happen to go out to your printer manufacturer's website and download the latest driver, just in case?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Did you change the IP address of what the printer is looking to be at now? Because with the new modem, that's going to change.
Yeah, but shouldn't it initialize its own new IP address?
If it's set up for DHCP from that new router you just got, but if it's looking for a static IP...
They had a tech come out, and I'll tell you, I feel like he was lost.
I would call them again, for sure.
Yeah, and then the other one, obviously, I know you've already thought of this, but I'm saying this for anybody out there who might have the same problem. Are you able to run the printer wired?
Yes.
So we know your printer's still working. That's a good thing.
Yeah, to me it'd be highly unlikely that my printers and my scanners would cease to work simultaneously.
Well,
by coincidence.
Right.
About a year ago, we were talked into getting the latest Comcast modem. They said it was faster. They're going to this new technology, and they'll ship it to me in the mail. They did. We hooked it up, and all of a sudden, our IP phone, our connection to our business that we use from the home office, wasn't working anymore. Many hours, many people, many layers within Comcast I talked to in this country, outside this country. It never got fixed. What fixed it was I ordered the exact same Motorola modem, hooked it up myself, and everything works. So I don't know what Comcast is doing to these new modems. They're really restricting the access to configuration in their setup, but I would just buy my own, call them, get the MAC address changed, and everything will probably work for you. Don't lease it from them anymore.
I never lease the modems. I buy a modem. Okay, Michael.
I appreciate that.
And
thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Kathy, what can we do for you?
Well, I am anything but a techie, so talking to a 66-year-old here. I'm on my own. I have a 9-year-old MacBook Pro, which is starting to just not do things. Every page I'm trying to go to is saying, you're not secure, you're too old. So I have to get a new MacBook Pro, I think. My concern is listening to you guys. I do have Comcast. I am wondering if I get this new MacBook, when I get this new MacBook Pro, and I'm going to get a new printer as well, because probably my old printer is too ancient to run with the new MacBook Pro.
Right.
Hooked up the way it is, adding the new system, which I assume will make my Comcast, will make wireless run more slowly. But I was thinking of hardwiring the old system and wirelessly running the new system. Is all this going to work against each other?
Well, let's
and is there anyone, I know you guys could help me with this. I do live out of town, so, I'd have to bring everything in. But how does this plan sound?
Okay, let's take the first one, which is that if you have the two systems, should it make one run slower than the other? The answer to that is no.
No.
It should not affect.
Here's the other thing, though. A 9-year-old computer, whether it's a Mac or a PC, is old, and the components are going to start failing, especially the hard drive. You're very lucky to still have that.
You
system.
are on borrowed time.
Yeah.
So be sure to.
Well, I'm also on Dropbox, so.
Okay.
Okay, good.
That's very good. Good to hear. I was just about to ask if you were backing up your data and things. So.
Yeah, I not only am on Dropbox, but I've also got a hard drive.
Okay. Good.
External hard drive hooked up to it. So,
Kathy, where do you live? I'm not specifically, but what town or city?
I'm in Placitas.
Okay. Well, we do trips to Placitas all the time.
Oh.
So we go all over the state, really, for a lot of our customers. But in the general vicinity of Albuquerque, we go to Bernalillo and Placitas and Tejeras and all kinds of places.
What do you charge to? I mean, if I really start screwing this up on my own, what do you charge to come out and help set it all up?
Joe, is it? Off the top of my head, I don't know that for sure. It depends on the mileage, the distance, thanks. Yeah. But if you want to give us a call at Computer Corner, one of the guys there can answer your question today. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head. The number there is 881-2333. And we also do have people that know not only Comcast, but Macs.
Mac.
Yeah. So we have
terrific.
Some wonderful on-site techs.
Do you think I should hardwire? Well, you said that I should just get rid of the old system.
You probably should, because it's going to get rid of you if you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give the new system, give the new hardware a shot on your own, but don't waste a lot of time doing it. And then just give us a call. We'll go up there and get everything running.
Okay.
So just a side note.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy. We don't sell Macs at Computer Corner,
Right.
but we do service them.
So. Yes, we do. Ralph.
I had a question. I use my computer for business, and I have to scan a lot of documents in the PDF format. And I've got a HP laptop, Windows 10, and a new HP 3830 printer, OfficeJet. And the software seems to crash all the time. It doesn't communicate. I try to save a PDF to my desktop. It says it's saved, and it's not there. Is there any aftermarket software that's more reliable than the original software that comes with the printer that I could use?
First, let's ask, have you gone out to HP's website and downloaded the most recent driver for that printer?
Yes, I've been on tech support with them for probably about 5 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
Times, and downloading, uninstalling, looking for drivers. It says the driver's there, and then it says the driver isn't there. It's been like a never-ending game that goes on and on and on.
Did any of them suggest to you to flash the BIOS on that printer?
No, they didn't.
They should have started. Because this happened when I upgraded Carol's computer to Windows 10, and her printer stopped working, almost like what you have. Couldn't scan, couldn't print, nothing. I did the drivers first, and I said, this thing should be working. Finally, I just said, I'm going to flash the BIOS, did the download from the HP site, did that, and everything worked.
I think we better describe what flash the BIOS means, Joe, before there are misconceptions.
Flashing the
out there.
BIOS means upgrading the firmware that's in a chip in that computer to fix all the bugs that they knew were in there.
So you go to HP's site. Don't Google it, but go directly to HP's website. And then, Joe, was it under the support?
It's under support. Pick your printer. What's amazing to me is you can type the printer name sometimes, and HP says we don't have
that printer.
So get the serial number, get the product ID number, and the regular spell out HP. It's in there somewhere. Have a flash drive ready, and go to BIOS. Check the latest date on them because a whole list will come up. You just want the latest one. Download that to the flash drive, and then walk through the onboard display of the printer on how to do it, or take out your manual and it'll tell you how to do it.
And be very careful not to interrupt it during the firmware upgrade because you could
Kill it.
It's on my
It's on the printer.
computer.
It's on the printer.
It's on the printer itself.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
There's actually BIOS in the computer too, but
And if you don't have the BIOS, you don't have a USB port on that printer, well, you do, but you can actually have the pen drive still in your computer and it'll find it there.
So I go to HP support, go to printer, get a flash drive, download it, the flash drive.
On the
BIOS,
support page, it'll say, do you want the manual? Do you want the BIOS? Do you want the driver? Pick the BIOS.
Okay, and then install it from there, run through that program.
Yeah, it should be some good directions there on how to do it.
And since it affected Carol a
Yep.
couple of weeks
All right.
ago, it probably has other people out there too. Thanks
had
again.
all kinds of fun upgrading to Windows 10, let me just tell you.
Mark,
Hi, good morning.
good morning.
I was calling to find out if you had any 2 cents to offer on Microsoft's comment this week that they're going to extend support for the big guys with the deep pockets for 3 more years.
On what product?
On Windows 7.
Windows 7.
Okay, so here's our take on that. That may be well and good if you have equipment in place already that you've bought, but all of the major chip manufacturers and motherboard manufacturers have
Moved on.
I guess we should. Collusion is, the word that
Designed
comes
you
to mind.
out.
They're working with Microsoft to make sure that none of the latest generation of processors and motherboards will work with Windows 7. So it's great that Windows 7 will continue to be supported for some of the bigger companies. And you know what? They did the same thing for XP.
Yeah.
There are still companies paying Microsoft for XP support, even though they cut that off long ago. But the latest generation of hardware is not going to work with Windows 7. So if businesses upgrade to the latest hardware,
They will be.
it's going to be Windows 10. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
But I guess what I was asking, I'm sorry if I said it poorly, is do you think they'll extend that to the public at large?
Don't know because they have such a push to
Yeah, and
people to
the
Windows
essence
10.
of the problem is businesses tend not to move forward with hardware en masse because of the expenses involved. So because the business can't afford to change out 500 or 1,000 computers at once, this is something that works for them. But you're going to wind up buying, if you're talking about your personal stuff here, Mark, you're going to wind up somewhere in the next couple of years buying a new computer. We all are, as a personal thing.
I don't know how Microsoft's going to keep some of those updates private just to large companies. Those updates, you're still going to be able to find them on the internet somewhere. I wouldn't
That's what I
trust some of
thought.
those sites, but that's going to open up a whole new big can of worms there.
Exactly.
I question what they do a lot. You don't want my 2 cents worth because it's like 80 cents worth.
Oh, no, I fully agree. Years ago, I got in trouble at a very large business meeting for saying they were both our friend and our enemy.
Yeah, Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
All right,
are.
thank
Okay. Thank you, Mark. Bye-bye. Somebody asked earlier about AdBlock Plus, what it was available for. It has been released for Internet Explorer, Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Google. I said Chrome already. Microsoft Edge, Opera, Safari, Yandex, and Android. And as Carol said before, the reason I'm bringing this up, lots of good software comes from foreign companies.
I keep getting an error this week that says my copy of Windows needs to be authenticated, and I don't know how to fix it, and I go in and click on it. It says if you want to know how to do this, click on this, and you click on it,
Yeah, that's no help.
and it takes you to Microsoft's website or give you any information on it.
Martha, what you've got is malware on your computer. You don't need to go to Microsoft's site and buy a new copy of it or anything else. You've got to clean up the malware that's on your computer, and that's what's keeping
So that's malware. It's not Microsoft.
We believe it's malware that's causing you that particular problem. Okay, so what we're going to say is, have you downloaded Malware Bytes and Hitman Pro? Those are two things that we
I've got Malware Bytes on my computer. I don't run it all the time.
Run it now.
Yep.
Because it slows it down.
Right.
But
Okay.
So just run that and it'll take care of it?
Well, it should, but you may have to download the free version of Hitman Pro also, and then that message will disappear about your license.
Hitman Pro.
Right. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm glad I heard you guys. Just wonderful.
And Donna, if that doesn't work when you run Malware Bytes and Hitman Pro, send us an email to Radio Show, one word, Radio Show at compcorner, one word.com, and we'll see if we can come up with something else. But we believe that will take care of you.
I kind of thought that might be malware, but
Okay.
I've been really trying to find this out, and I'm running into a dead end.
Yep, that'll take care of it.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Make
your
it a
call,
great
Donna.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And Mike, you have got our attention here on the Computer Corner Show. What can we do for you?
Well, thank you. Good morning. I had this problem that I never throw anything away. So when I was taking some online classes a few years ago, I went out and got an HP, what they called a netbook at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's a very, very small folding computer and has an Atom processor in it. It was running Windows 7. Now, the last time I got it out to play with a couple of years ago, it downloaded so many Windows 7 updates that the thing has slowed down to a crawl. And I'm wondering, would it be worthwhile to maybe try converting it to something else, like maybe, what is it,
Windows 10,
Linux or...
Linux.
If you know somebody that can do it, that's the only reason I would do it. But
you can get into it. As a matter, I maxed out the memory to 4 gigs.
yeah, see,
Back when I got
4 is
it.
not going to cut it at all anymore, even
That's the
with
problem.
the latest updates from Microsoft 7.
So basically what we're saying is we think it's time for you to explore getting a new computer.
Well, I have a newer computer. I was just thinking this would be great for just dragging around to work with me and learning a new language or something.
Unfortunately, 4 gig of memory isn't going to help you out too much these days.
As amazing as
All right,
that may
well, thank you
sound.
very-
Thanks, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
When I started in this business, the first computer I worked on, which was an IBM mainframe computer, the memory was 2K.
Yeah. Okay.
2K. Al, what can we do for you?
Hi, good afternoon or good morning or whatever the heck it is. I guess still morning. I've got a software issue. I'm running Excel. I created a chart, if you will, with text boxes around various parts of it. And they show that way on the screen, and they save that way. But when I print, they all disappear.
Okay. Are they text boxes or comments?
What was the last word? Comment?
Comments, because they're handled differently. Comments do not print.
Well, I didn't actually set up the sheet. A friend of mine did. I think the text boxes, I got both vertical and horizontal. It's kind of like a fill out the blanks type form.
Okay.
And everything's boxed in and the whole thing, and it just all disappears when I print.
Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to, if you can, if there's not proprietary information there, can you send me a copy of that sheet to radioshow@compcorner.com? I will look at that spreadsheet and see if I can tell you what's going on.
Super. That was Radio Show what?
At compcorner.com, COMPCOR.
COMP.
Right. Send me a copy of it attached.
And your name again was?
Phil.
Phil. Okay, Phil, I appreciate it. I'll send that off to you.
Okay. Thank you, Al. Bye-bye.
Great, thank you.
Alan, can we do something for you today?
I hope it's pretty simple.
Me
I would
too.
just like to know what the best cookie cleaner is to clean out cookies.
C Cleaner?
Right.
C Cleaner,
Cleaner.
the free version of C Cleaner.
C cleaner. Just
C-
the letter C.
CCLEANER.
2 C's.
Got it.
Yeah, 2 C's. It's a free program, and it will wipe the cookies out.
Thank you.
It'll do a whole bunch of other things, too, so take a look at it. I mean, it is a free program,
And we do recommend it all the time.
and we do. And it'll clean out cookies. It'll clean out old files and system files that are no longer needed.
Be careful of what you check and uncheck sometimes, because you can blow out all your passwords.
Right. And don't go into the registry cleaner unless you know what you're doing. Okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Alan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I hear music, and that means it's time for me to tell you that the Computer Corner show will be back in 2 weeks. We hope that you'll think of Computer Corner for all your hardware, software, services, and training needs. And remember,
You could more at the corner. Computer Corner.
until that time, mind your bits and bytes. This is Phil.
And Carol.
And Joe.
Wishing you carefree computing. The Computer Corner show is logging off. Thank you all the people who called in today, and thank you all of you who listened. But please remember,
You could